Good morning.
Welcome to the morning show.
Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to our National Day special. We have with us a legend. His name is Hugh Harrison, and he is the composer of three of our most popular Singapore National Day songs. We're talking about Count on Me, Singapore, Stand Up for Singapore, and We Are Singapore. Welcome, Mr. Hugh Harrison.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to be with you. Hello to all my Singapore friends.
Thank you so much for joining us from Canada on a Thursday evening. It's a real pleasure to meet you. I think the first question, because we don't have so much time, so we're just going to jump into it. The first question that most people would have is, how did a Canadian end up writing three of Singapore's most iconic National Day songs?
Well, they didn't really have National Day songs when I arrived. Singing was not part of National Day celebrations. It was military parades and things. I was with McCann Erickson as the creative producer at the time, and the government quite last minutely put out a tender to all the advertising agencies to come up with some kind of campaign to celebrate 25 years of nation building, not independence, but nation building at that time. 25 years since 1950, 55 or whatever it was at that time. And so the managing director, Brian Watson, came up to me and said, listen, we need to do something for this tender. Maybe let's have a song and use that as the backing for the advertising, which we divided into two sections, the past, the present, and then they would come together for the future. So that weekend, I just wrote Stand Up for Singapore at home, and on the Monday morning, I was in the Lion Studios, I think EMI at the time, doing some commercials for Coca-Cola. Before the musicians arrived, I asked John Herbert, the engineer, John, turn on the mic, I'm just going to record something. I sat down at the piano and played and sang what I'd composed over the weekend, Stand Up for Singapore. Came into the office after doing the commercials, and Brian said, that's great, let's go right to recording. So we hired all the musicians. I hired Jeremy Montero to do a large orchestral arrangement of it, and we recorded it just a few days later. I sat down in a little editing booth on Scott Road. I don't know if it's called Scott Plaza. It was right across, right across the road from our office. So I sat down there in the little Sony U-matic machine and edited all this footage we had acquired from the government, specifically the historical stuff, submitted it, and we won the tender. So Stand Up for Singapore began as the musical track for those commercials. And by 1986, I was called up. I was in Hong Kong with McCann as creative director there. And I was called up and said, two things. First of all, can you fix Stand Up for Singapore so we can sing it every year? Originally, there was a chorus. In 25 years, we've come so far, that sort of thing. So I had to change it to what it is today, together with determination, whatever the closing lyrics are. And he said, at the same time, can you write another song? Because there's been a bit of an economic recession here, and the government's concerned that young people are a bit disappointed that they may lose out on the opportunities that their fathers and mothers had. So that's where Count on Me Singapore came from. Just in my mind on the plane flying from Hong Kong to Singapore, I could see all these young people going, count on us, count on me, Singapore, I'll be there, I won't quit. And that was the idea behind that.
And we have a vision for tomorrow. That was the start of Count on Me, Singapore.
Yeah, absolutely. We had in there, of course, originally a lyric was "We have a dream," and the government felt that was a bit too intangible a concept. It didn't suggest realization of your plans and goals and achieving it. So we changed it to "We can achieve," and I think that worked quite well.
Yeah,
served its purpose.
Right.
Now, of course, as you might say, we have a new version, a sequel to that coming up here.
That's right.
Yes, we do, yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about that on The Big Show TV. Up next, Tate McRae. This is Revolving Door on Kiss 92.
Yeah, like you said, we have a sequel to that. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
For SG60.
Again, Makan Erickson, who are celebrating their 50th anniversary in Singapore, wanted to contribute something to the whole spirit of SG60. And they called me up and said, remember that lyric, we have a dream that we took out of Count Me Singapore. Can we write a new song based on that idea? Because they said Singaporeans are sophisticated enough to realize that dreams are what we use to shape our destinies in a way. So this song, We Have a Dream, or Dream Big, or something I just composed very shortly, a week or so, 2 weeks ago maybe.
Wow.
And we recorded it quickly using the Makan Erickson staff as the chorus for the song. So they're really, really part of this whole thing.
Okay, shall we take a listen?
Shall we play that?
We'll play the video now.
All right, here we go.
We've come so far since yesterday. We have a dream, we have a dream. Now the future calls our way.
We have a dream, we have a dream.
You and me will rise once more, side by side on every shore. We'll show the world how high our dreams can soar.
We have a dream, we have a dream.
There was doubt back in the day, but we proved them wrong. Now our hearts are full of fire, bold and strong.
From the skyline to the sea, new ideas and energy.
We shape the world with courage, pride, and grace.
We have a dream, we have a dream.
Where once we hoped, we now inspire and raise each dream a little higher. Dream big, Singapore. Let your heart and spirit soar. We've come so far, yet there's still more. Dream big, Singapore. You and me, we found our way. Now we build a brighter day. With open hands and minds we carry on.
We have a dream.
We have built and we have grown. Still we reach for skies unknown. What we dream, we now begin. Let the future draw us in. We dream alone together. Singapore, dream big, Singapore. This is what our hearts were made for. From every soul, our hopes will soar. Dream big and shine forevermore. Together, Singapore, Singapore, together, Singapore. Dream evermore. Dream big, Singapore. Dream big, Singapore.
Woo!
Definitely a
Oh my
very,
God.
very good sequel. We have so many people, Hugh, commenting on our Facebook and YouTube how they love it and how
Yeah.
they feel that this should have been this year's National Day song. I mean, it is a big year. I'm sure you've heard this year's National Day song.
I haven't actually, and I'm normally tuned into everything about Singapore, but I've just been a little busy recently, probably playing with my granddaughter more often than anything.
That's cute.
But I
We
like
have-
I liked
Sorry,
the ones
we-
I've heard recently.
We can play a short clip for you just before we go
Sure.
back on air of this year's song.
Yeah.
She has the
Okay, we'll play it
Chorus.
when? Later? Or now?
Now?
She wants to play it now. Okay, this is what this year's song is.
Here we are, we're in this together, our spirits forever. Look how far we have come. Here we are, no matter the weather, through the storms and changes, wave your flag in the sun. Here we are, through the fire, we can live our hopes and dreams. Here we are. This is what home means to me.
So it's a little, it's not as punchy. But I think we expected something a little bit punchier. Not to take away credit from the people who
Absolutely, yeah.
recorded and wrote that song. But I guess for SG60, everyone else expected something punchy.
We
and
had expectations, yes.
like dream big. Hold on, Hugh. We're going for a traffic update, and then we'll come back again.
Okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the BKE towards the PIE, an accident before Dairy Farm Road. Avoid lane 1. Also in the KPE tunnel towards the TPE, a vehicle's broken down before Upper Paya Lebar. Finally, on the SLE towards the CTE before Mandai Avenue, a vehicle's having trouble there. Wherever you are this Friday morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Singapore, our home and nation, together with determination, joining like we've never done before. Stand up for Singapore. We have Mr. Hugh Harrison on the show.
And I'm glad that song still gets sung, and I've enjoyed other versions of these songs I've heard over the years. A pop version of that song. His name Benjamin
King.
He sang with the Singapore Symphony Orchestra. Count on Me Singapore. I really enjoyed that. And Charlie Lim's version, 2019, I think, of We Are Singapore.
Right.
So I'm happy to see the songs can continue to move along and change and evolve with the city itself. Still played on national days, and that's always satisfying.
So, Hugh, just for information, Charlie Lim wrote this year's National Day song.
Yes, I saw his name associated with it. I hadn't heard
Right.
the song, but the production quality of music coming out of Singapore now is 1,000 times ahead of what it was 40 years ago. I mean, 40 years ago, we had to bring in people from the Philippines sometimes for singing. There's a very small group of musicians that could be relied upon, but now it's like everybody in Singapore is a great singer or something. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the call up.
Okay.
No one's asked me to sing a
Not
National
yet,
Day
no,
song.
not yet. But Hugh, I mean, to have written the first 3 National Day songs, and for them to be remembered so many years later and be sung by so many people, did you ever think they were going to be so memorable and so big in our lives?
No, I never thought about that, and I never wrote for that. And as you probably know, I wasn't even mentioned for many, many years as the composer of the songs, and that was fine with me. I was proud and felt very privileged to have been given the honor to write these songs. And in fact, in 1987, I think there was a little bit of concern that the fact that a Canadian was writing these songs, or at least had written all 3 of the first. So by 1987, they opened up for public competition. And in the end, We Are Singapore won the competition, so they proceeded with it. I was involved in the 1990 National Day celebrations of the 25th year of independence. I choreographed much of what you saw in the National Stadium that year, but I didn't write a song. And I have written some other songs for other agencies and other people. that are available on my YouTube channel at Hugh Chi. But this is
Yeah.
the first time I've officially written a new song on request for Singapore.
That's amazing. Yeah, we've got your YouTube channel right there in your nameplate on Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully people go there and see what kind of talent you have.
That's Hugh Chi. That's Hughchchi. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you were here in the 80s, I mean, not everyone spoke, good English and could understand you, perhaps. Anyone, after seeing your name, call you Huge?
Oh yeah, very much so. I remember people saying, they would say, Hill, how do you spell that? And I say, Hugh, and they'd look around, and I stood about 6'2", and they look around, they look, oh, huge,
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
yeah.
Speaking of huge and huge personalities, you've met our former Prime Minister and founding father, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. What was
On a number
your
of occasions, yes.
What was your impression of Mr. Lee?
Well, I admired him from a distance for a long time. I read so many books about him and by him. He was a huge person on the global scale. For a small island, he was tremendous. But he was a wonderful, personable, affable person. And face to face, we had a fun conversation, joking, and his wife, Mrs. Lee, was also there at that get together, and she had a great sense of humor. We were joking for quite a while, but it was a great pleasure for me to meet him on one-on-one. I had met him in the Astana on a number of occasions before, but never personally. That was in a large group of politicians and communications people, but together in this small get-together in 1991. It actually took place in Vancouver, where I was a guest speaker on doing business in Asia, and he was delivering the principal address for this Asia Pacific meeting. So we got together after his speech in a very private, small setting, and so I had quite a long time together with him. It was wonderful. I always admired him. I can't think of any politician I've admired more than Lee Kuan Yew.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for that. Did he mention at any point which of your 3 songs was his favorite?
I think he liked Stand Up for Singapore. It was the first, and he knew the lyrics. I think you can see him on subsequent to broadcasting the National Day Parade, singing along without a lyric sheet. So that was probably the easiest one for him to associate with and to sing, because nobody stood up for Singapore more than he did, really.
Right, that's my favorite song as well.
Yeah,
Stand Up for
yeah.
Singapore. All right, it's 8:25.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to
So, Hugh, I think you've sent us quite a few pictures, and I think it's only appropriate that on the eve of our 60th birthday, for someone who's written the first 3 National Day songs, we're going to flash some of those pictures. And as we do, maybe you can just tell us about those moments in brief.
Oh, wow.
This is me with the crew in my company, Harrison Green Communications, with our offices down on Boat Quay, up above a shark fin warehouse. You can see from the storyboard behind us, we were working on the production of We Are Singapore at the time, the film production, which we did along with the music as well.
Okay. And is this where your office was?
Oh,
That is the office, yes.
Wow.
The second one from the right.
Okay.
I can't even tell which part of Boat Quay that was.
It's so different now. And obviously, this is you
Oh, yeah.
working on a storyboard?
We'll Stand Up for Singapore, yes.
Okay.
In
Wow.
1984. This is in the studio. My assistant Shirley Wee in the background. She's now Dr. Shirley Wee, lives in Australia. And John Herbert, who was the engineer at Lion Studios, or EMI, I think it was called in those days. I think Jeremy is a part owner now. But whatever was being recorded, I was standing right there, leading away, I suppose.
And that's Jeremy.
That's
Yeah.
the journey on the piano. That's the same piano I sat down and this is 2019 when I
The two of you.
revisited Singapore. Yes, I was just playing a number. I think he was surprised that I now played Stand Up for Singapore in E flat. It used to be in the key of C.
How many instruments do you play, Hugh?
Over the years, I've played piano, some guitar, saxophone, flute, and the.
Is this the
kazoo.
famous motorcycle, the BMW that you took to Australia?
No, this was one that I bought from my friend Jonathan Bonzi.
I know Johnny
my wife and I-
Bonzi.
Yeah, I believe you do.
Yeah.
We drove up to Phuket, Thailand on this, my wife and I, in 1996.
Wow. You look like Lorenzo Lamas in Renegade.
She told me when we get there, just put my bottom in the fish pond and serve it to the fish. It wasn't very comfortable.
This is at the
This
parade.
is 1987 when We Are Singapore was sung. This was at the Padang.
Look at that bomber jacket.
Yeah, man.
That's so cool. You look
Yeah.
so cool. So suave.
You look like a movie star.
Yeah, you do. Those mustaches, by the way, are back in fashion now.
Thanks to Benson Boone.
Yeah, you had it first. And what's this?
I enjoy oil painting. I did a series called Troubled Souls, Transcendent Spirits, Billie Holiday and Charlie Parker. And this is my painting of Chet Baker, the jazz trumpet player.
Oh, wow. What's this?
This is a flying inflatable boat I bought in 2016. I've been a pilot since 1967. And I took up lighter aircraft, power paragliding when I was living in Phuket in 1997. And this 20 years after that, I took up flying this flying inflatable boat.
Is this what was that what happened to your arm?
No, it was a power paramotor that took my arm off
Oh my gosh.
right in my driveway. Anyway, this is 1985. I was directing a film for Winston Cigarettes for Hong Kong. This is in Los Angeles, and it would probably be the last time that cigarettes were ever televised in Hong Kong.
Oh, this is
This
your
is
music
my
room.
studio, my
Wow.
music room in here in Fort McMurray, Alberta.
Oh, right. And you're home now. Okay.
There's the Billie Holiday painting there on the right hand side, and some
Yeah.
other artwork by me around the walls.
Looks like a very creative space. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is on the left is me with my son Charlie, who was just born, and my daughter Ernie. This is in Kampala, Uganda, where we lived at the time. And here they are together with me on the beach in Hamilton, Ontario. That's Lake Ontario in the background. Some years later, that'd be 2013 or so on the beach. In 2002, in the
Pictures.
little more than a decade between those pictures.
Beautiful.
Here we are, just before, about a year before we left Thailand. This will be 2011. Everybody's just growing up.
Beautiful
wife-
family. Beautiful.
They still are. Of course, now my son's taller than me. Here we are in Chayapum province in Thailand, where we have a house. With our dog Puppy and son Charlie, daughter Ernie. That would be about 2004 or 5, I suppose. This is me in Natal province in South Africa, 1991. I was invited just to do poacher patrol on a private rhino reserve
right.
up close to the Mozambique border.
Yeah.
Poacher Patrol.
Poacher patrol. That's good. You weren't hunting the animals, thank goodness.
No,
and
definitely not.
what snake is this?
This is an anaconda, that I
Anaconda.
caught in the Peruvian jungle, 1991. I spent quite a few months in the Amazon, and that snake must have been about 18 feet long. You can see my arms are quite flexed, holding it in one place. This is 1982 when I first arrived in Australia.
Australia.
After I saw Mad Max 2 Road Warrior in Vancouver, I shipped my bike to Australia the very next day and went down a month later and picked it up and drove all around Australia before eventually coming up through Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and back to Singapore when I started work with McCann Erickson.
Amazing.
Look at him.
What
He
a
looks
life.
better than Mel Gibson.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, what a life. Okay, hang
hold on, Hugh.
hang
We're going back on air.
Hang on.
You know that it's sunshine, no fears, no lies, and soon we're gonna be.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Just want to say I can't get enough of that song by Huntrix, Golden.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
I'm going to recommend that song to Hugh
To
as
you,
well.
okay. On the PIE towards Changi Airport before the BKE, a broken down vehicle. And on the PIE towards Tuas at Bukit Batok Road, exit vehicle has broken down. And again on the BKE towards the PIE, an accident before Dairy Farm Road, avoid lane 1. I'm sure all these roads, Hugh, sound very familiar to you. If you're on any of them in Singapore, please stay safe.
We are back on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. With us this morning, a legend, someone we truly respect. What a life he has lived. He has composed 3 of our most iconic National Day songs, Count On Me Singapore, We Are Singapore, and Stand Up for Singapore. We've been speaking to Mr. Hugh Harrison.
So we have Krishna Raj who came on our Facebook and said, "Thanks, Hugh. Those songs inspired me to become who I am today. It has always brought me love, patriotism, and tears every time they're played. So thank you very, very much."
Well, thank you. That's a compliment that I take very closely. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Also, for those of you who were watching earlier, what we played was Hugh's latest composition called Dream Big Singapore. And if you'd like to watch the entire video, you can play back today's show on YouTube as well as on Facebook.
Yep.
And compliments to Hugh as well as the McCann Erickson team.
We also have a few comments on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Hugh, for such meaningful National Day songs, which make us remember our youth. And we also have another one from Alexander saying, "Thank you, Mr. Harrison, for those amazing songs, which I've been singing since I was in primary school." So everyone is saying thank you. We also have Hugh's YouTube channel that's on his nameplate. If you're watching us, it's Hugh Chi, Hughchchi. You can go on that channel and watch the full video of Dream Big as well.
All right. Hugh,
And
thank you.
that's a different version.
Okay.
There's a separate. There's another version that McCann Erickson produced on their SG60 promotion. I'm not sure how you would see that, but that's the one that's sung by all the people at McCann, and they have much more video images, many more video images of Singapore than the video I put together there that you just watched.
Okay.
Wow, and I thought there was so many
much already, right?
photos of Singapore already. I can't wait to check out the version by McCann Erickson. It's probably on their Facebook page.
We will look for
or their
it. Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, Hugh, thank you so
It's-
much. Thank you so much, Hugh, for joining us today. Before we let you go, do you have a National Day message for Singapore?
Dream big, dream big. There's a lot of talent in Singapore, and you've got so much to contribute to the world. So I'll keep watching. I'll keep watching to see your next level of achievements.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Hugh, for everything that you've given us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Happy National Day.
Happy National Day, Hugh. The next time you're in Singapore, we'll take you out.
Thank you very much. It won't be long. I'll be there.
All right. Thank you, Hugh. Have a wonderful day
Bye-bye.
ahead. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, up next, the Black Eyed Peas. This is Boom Boom Pow on Kiss 92.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that.
All right, we're back on. Oh, there he is. Okay, we're back on Facebook and YouTube. And just like magic, we have Burrito Harian's Dahlia in the studio. Good morning, Dahlia. Happy Friday.
Hello, Kaki Makan. How are you today?
Good. I'm so excited to share.
Oh, very good. We're excited when you're excited. Okay, share away.
Yes. Okay, so for this week, I'll be focusing on CBD eats. So if you're ever bored of whatever option that you have, I have two unique, places for me to recommend. So the first one is the Udang Clan, located at Hong Leong Building, and the second one is Rosti at Amoy Street.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So I shall start off with the best one, which is the Udang Clan, which have really gained a lot of traction. We uploaded a video like last week, and the comments were going crazy. Everybody loved it so much, and most of the time prawn meat, it's really very hard to get the halal version, because aside from the prawn, they also do use pork bone in the broth as well,
Yes,
right?
they do, yeah.
Yep. So we do really have a limited option. So Chinese Muslim revert, the owner Tariq, he started the Udang Clan, and it's really, I think he was really craving for good halal prawn mee, and there wasn't the option in the market. So it was really very delicious. They are popular for the dry halal prawn noodle. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look.
We have the video.
Yes.
I'll say our customer base, I think 75% will be non-Muslim. It is as good as a non-halal version.
Oh.
I'm Tariq. So when I reverted back to Islam about 14, 15 years ago, obviously you have to eat halal food, right? So yeah, along the way we found out that Chinese halal food is not as authentic as we liked it to be lah. When I started the Udang Clan, it started with a dream of providing everything associated with prawn. My family has always been in food business, right? A lot of us has been dealing with prawn noodles as well lah. There are different versions out there. We still like our own version lah. Actually, our best seller is the dry prawn noodle. We make everything from scratch. The sambal, the sauces. I would say our customer base, I think 75% will be non-Muslim. It is as good as a non-halal version. Actually, prawns also has a lot of challenges, especially during festive season like Chinese New Year, Hari Raya. So the prices of the prawn tuna, yeah. There are days where the supplier will tell you, hey, you don't have the prawn of the size that you want. What makes the good prawn mee, of course, is the sambal inside the prawn noodle, as well as your prawn. The broth obviously is the most important part of it. It has to be thick, flavorful. Of course, you have to taste the prawn in the broth itself. Our laksa is actually made from scratch. So we blend every single spices, every single ingredient. Ramadan came along for my first year of operation. I don't have a lot of customers. Some of the non-Muslim customers actually came by and said that, hey, since there's no queue, we give it a try. So that was the time where I get more non-Muslim customers. So I believe that Ramadan works in a very special way.
Right.
Nice. Okay. All
It was
right.
really, really very nice. I've tasted, prawn mee, and some of the prawn soup, I felt like, aside from the sweetness from the prawn, there's too much rock sugar. So it's a little too sweet.
Sweet, yeah.
So I thought that this one has a nice balance. I'm sure he added like some meat or something aside from just the prawn heads, because it's not overly sweet, it's very well balanced. So this is the one that's very popular. So it's like a thinner version of laksa noodle with like yellow mee and fish cake, and the prawns are already peeled. Very
Oh my
easy.
gosh, amazing.
So it's really well thought
So
out.
just pull off the head,
Yes,
suck on the
yeah,
head,
correct.
and then you can just eat the meat
Yes.
already.
Yeah, you don't need your
Very good.
hands because
Yeah.
like the traditional one, you need to still
Yeah.
peel, right?
Oh, what a waste. I always like to peel for my
And for
my girlfriend or wife or...
We can tell them to leave the shell on.
No, it's okay. Never mind. Very good like that.
I see that besides the laksa, they also do lomi,
Yes.
which is unusual.
Lomi is so difficult to also get a halal version.
There you go.
But I have to say, for this one, it was so good. Okay, so it's $7.90 for the lomi, but you can't really see the ingredients. But there's homemade prawn rolls, fried fish, chicken char siu, wonton, and fish cake, all for $7.90. And the mother really helped with the R&D process of the lomi. And I've also tasted other lomi. So some of them, it's a little too gingery or garlicky. I do like it, but I would say this is more palatable. But for the amount of ingredients you have for $7.90, It's really very good.
No, it's a steal. $7.90.
Yeah.
What can you get for $7.90 these days?
And in the CBD,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
so and this is located at 16 Raffles Quay. If you don't know where that is Hong Leong Building in the basement.
What's
I
that
like
guy's
the
name again? Tariq.
Tariq.
I need to talk to him because
Tariq
I'm more a
Phil.
business person, you see. I'll tell him $10 a bowl for him to make more money.
Okay, let's go to traffic.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, taking a look at the situation on the roads. On the AYE towards Tuas at Clementi Roads exit, a stationary vehicle has been spotted. Flashing traffic lights at the junction, well, not junction, it's a slip road into Hougang off the TPE. So this is heading to Punggol and Hougang off the TPE. Look out for those traffic lights there. And also on Serangoon Road towards Sengkang, a vehicle has broken down before Race Course Lane. Avoid lane 4. If you spot anything else, it's 885550
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our second guest for today is our regular contributor from Berita Harian, our Kaki Makan, Dahlia. Good morning, Dahlia.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dahlia. Now,
Yes.
we've been talking to you for a little bit on The Big Show TV, but for anyone who's listening to us on air, where is this fabulous prawn noodles that's halal?
Yes.
Where can that be found?
The Udang
The
Clan.
Udang Clan at Hong Leong Building. It's right at the basement, and I would really totally recommend it. And just this morning, I was talking to the owner, and I just found out this interesting fact that both of his uncle are the owners of Zion Road prawn noodle and also Adam Road prawn noodle.
Oh.
So the uncles are twins. But
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
one runs
But different
stall,
ones. So
right?
the recipe
Okay.
is different.
I used to go to Adam Road and have
really?
the prawn noodles there all the
Ah.
time. So it probably tastes almost the same but better, maybe.
Maybe.
But he said different versions,
He
right?
said different version. He
Yeah.
said he never tried the non-halal one, obviously.
Okay.
But then he said for the uncles, the one at Zion Road and Adam Road, they use different recipes, so it does taste different.
Okay.
So like for the Udang Clan, it's his own recipe and R&D to actually find a halal version for it.
Wow,
But it
I
was an
love
interesting fact because the video went viral. So a lot of the comments was like, hey, do you know that, they're actually like related? Those are actually his uncles. I was like, oh my God, wow.
It's like the prawn noodles family.
Yeah.
It runs in the blood.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you tell us a little bit more about the prawn noodles itself? Like, what do you like about it?
Okay, so I tried the dry prawn noodles. It's sold at $8.90. So the noodles are coated with some sambal, homemade sambal, and with I would say the prawn is generously sized and very bouncy as well. So they already peel off the shell, so you can suck the head very easy. But the main star for me is definitely the soup. The soup is really very dark, dark brown in color, not too sweet. You really do get the prawn flavor. So there's a good balance of sweetness and savoriness to it. So I really like it. That also it's not too sweet. Again, I'm very sensitive to dishes that are too sweet. So I really love this.
I don't like it when it's sweet.
I mean,
I
they're meant
don't
to be savory, right?
Yeah, I mean, more savory. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
tinge of sweetness,
Yeah.
but it cannot be too sweet.
Should be balanced.
Yeah, but maybe because the halal version, they don't use the meat element to it. So maybe they rely more on the prawns. But I think this is like a more well-balanced one. I think he just somehow fine-tuned certain things, put some magical ingredient in there that I don't know if it's
Clearly,
so good.
he's not sharing what meat
Yeah.
he puts in. Like, it probably uses some bone of
Yeah,
some
some
sort.
bone, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Rosti next on The Big Show TV here at the Jonas Brothers with Only Human on Kiss.
Okay, next up.
Yes. So the next one, Rosti. I've mentioned this. One of the owner were actually participating at Sentosa Grill Fest, so the smokehouse. And the owner is Rudy. He's also the owner of smokehouse at Asap and Co at Teluk Ayer. So he just opened Rosti. So it's at Far East Square, quite close to each other. So as I mentioned, that Rosti, it's pretty difficult to find a halal version. Most of us know it from Mache. So he just started this concept like a takeaway Rosti, but we do have seating for maybe like 20 packs. So they just opened like a few months ago, and the response has been really, really very good. To offer halal rosti in a CBD area, it's a very good takeaway concept, knowing that, the lunch period, it's pretty short. And most of the selection of rosti, it's pretty interesting. So we do have the classic smoked salmon rosti. And we also have the chicken herb sausage rosti, beef gochujang rosti that, they prepare in-house at their mortuary. And yeah,
Mortuary.
they call it the mortuary.
I don't like that.
The beef mortuary. And also the smoked wagyu brisket rosti. So the brisket rosti is the one on the bottom right.
Okay.
It's for
The jalapenos as well.
Yes, so it's really very delicious. Their wagyu brisket, it's extremely tender. Barbecue sauce is also homemade, back in their restaurant at Asap & Co. And also their rosti, it's pretty thick. Very thick, nicely golden brown. I would say it's nice on its own because it's already well flavored. So to me, just having the classic rosti with salmon is already good enough for me.
So it's not thinner like the one at Marche. It's a little bit more like a pancake.
More
like
pancake. Yeah.
And I go to Amoy Street quite a bit. No?
Do you?
I go there and drink. You see.
Of course you do.
So before that, I think I shall load up on this.
Good sustenance for a night of drinking.
No, the plan is like this. So eat this, and then your stomach is filled a little bit, and then
Yes.
Because if I go there first and come back here, it's too late already.
Yeah, of
because they
course,
close at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for the rosti, they serve 2 rosti and 2 pieces of rosti. So I would say it's very generous in a sense. But I think it's subjective on what you find it to be filling for lunch. Some people say it's not filling, some people say it's filling, but to each his own, I feel. But I would say it's a really nice option to actually have, this kind of halal dishes at CBD area. Aside from a nasi padang yang mi soto, you do have
Which
your,
is quite heavy sometimes.
Yeah,
You want something
correct.
more Western maybe.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We're going back on air one last time. JB with Only Human right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. And if you're heading to JB, know that there's going to be a jam later.
Okay, yeah, of course. It's Friday. Some
Yeah.
people are getting away from the National Day
sure.
celebration. So, yes, watch that traffic.
Okay, so off air, we've been talking about, or rather on the Big Show TV, we're talking to Dahlia about Rosti, which is located at 135 Amoy Street. This is at Far East Square. It's 01-02. It's open till 7 p.m. from Monday to Friday. Of course, they take a little break at 3 p.m. And then on Saturdays, they open till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Tell us, in closing, what is so special about Rosti in your opinion?
Yes, I would say the golden crust or the extra of the rosti, and how nicely grated the rosti is, and they use Idaho potatoes as well. So they grate 20 kilogram a day for like lunch.
Wow.
And so far, I think the response has been really good. And I think they do adjust, the number of potatoes that they shred by hand, which I know is actually not the most easiest thing.
No, it's not.
People might think it's just potato pancakes, but
No.
I think
buy them frozen.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not grating any potatoes.
It's too troublesome, to grate it by hand. But like I mentioned just now, it was actually initially quite difficult for us to get halal rosti. So now Rosti served that for us, and they are the owners behind Asap & Co. So my personal favorite is the beef gochujang rosti. So it's finely chopped beef, and it's like stir fried with Korean gochujang sauce. So it's slightly sweet and spicy, but if you find it too sweet, maybe I would recommend, the other version, maybe the smoked salmon rosti.
Right.
I would say the flavor, it's more complex, and it's a classic rosti pairing, which is the smoked salmon version. Or if you want something different, it's the smoked wagyu brisket rosti.
And how much is a bowl?
It ranges from $12 to $15.
Okay, that's all right for CBD.
I'll
as
go with the
well,
smoked
yeah.
salmon Rosti.
The
I'm so used to
classics.
smoked salmon with some sour cream.
Sour cream and chives
yes,
on
that is
top.
sour cream, yeah. So
Yeah.
good.
I'm a stickler,
For tradition, of course, yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Anyway, thank you very much, Dahlia, for
Thank
joining us
you.
today. As always, you are our best Kaki Makan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.